I promised a few people I've been talking to in the last couple months that I would do another update video on weight loss. Some people who were motivated by the first video I made when I was telling everyone how I lost 76 pounds, and a lot of people thought that was really cool and they wanted to start, getting on track and losing some weight and stuff. And I've been telling these people for a while now that I would do another weight loss video and talk about it, maybe give some tips, tell you guys my experiences, what's worked, what hasn't worked. And I've been procrastinating a little bit, I admit, and I figured I'd just do the video right now. So that's what you're watching. This is just my experiences and my opinions on weight loss. Now, where to start? The last video I made, I was living in my other house, and like I said, I had lost 76 pounds, which is fantastic. To date, I lost over 100 pounds. I weigh 225 as of this morning, and that's great. I'm close to my goal. I still got some weight to lose. I really want to get down to around 180 to 200 would be ideal for me, just for my height, being 6 foot and being the build I want to be. I don't want to get scrawny, but I don't want to be fat. And then once I get to that point, I have other issues I have to deal with. Once I actually get to a weight that I like, then I have to worry about toning up, and because I get a lot of loose skin and flab and stuff from losing all the weight. So that's a whole different issue, but I'm going to be focusing on just trying to lose weight. Now this video is more geared towards people who are very heavy or significantly overweight, obese maybe. If you want to lose a few pounds, you can always do that. Like I said in other videos, there's nothing wrong with wanting to lose 5 pounds to fit into an old pair of pants you really liked or something like that. That's cool too. But this is more geared towards people who want to make lifestyle changes. I lost 100+ pounds. That's a person. I got 6th graders and 7th graders watching these videos who weigh 100 pounds. I lost you completely. Poof, just gone. If you take a 20-pound dumbbell, even if you don't own one, next time you're in Walmart or something, go in the sporting section, pick up a 20-pound dumbbell. You're gonna go, man, that's pretty heavy. Imagine 5 of those completely gone off my body forever. Maybe not forever. I have to keep up with my lifestyle. But it's a lot of weight. When you put it in perspective like that, it is a heck of a lot of weight. And it's amazing to me to think that all these years I've carried that around. Ever since my, going into high school, I weighed 300+ pounds. And it's a crazy feeling. It really is an insane feeling. It's a very good feeling that I was able to succeed thus far. I still have a lot of work ahead of me. I'm not done with trying to make my body what I want it to be. But I thought I would just give you some tips and let you guys know what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me. Now, what I can tell you right off the bat is that everyone's different. We are all different. And what's annoying to me is you'll see constantly the health community telling you what's good, what's not good, but it's so contradictory. 1 month they may say, drink milk, it's great for your body. A couple months down the road, they go, oh yeah, remember we told you to drink milk? Don't do that, because all of a sudden we're realizing there's all kinds of bad fats in it, and good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, and no, don't drink milk, it's bad. And then like next year they'll go, go ahead, drink some milk, it's okay now. It's like they can't make up their mind. It's constantly, they're like health fads. And with fads, you get diet fads as well. The Atkins diet is cool for some people. They go on that. Some people try Jenny Craig, all these different programs where you get your own food. Look, at the end of the day, a lot of these programs and diets, they will work to some extent, but they're diets. And as I mentioned in my last video, if you're that overweight, I would say if you're 50 pounds overweight or more, a diet's not going to help you, because a diet to you is going to be temporary. You may lose 50 pounds, but if you do it that way, you're going to gain it back. And you're going to be very frustrated with yourself, because those things are not lifestyles, Doing an all meat diet or no carb diet, it's not healthy. It's a temporary way to trick your body into burning all the fat, the stored fat, the energy. But you cannot sustain yourself long term like that. It's not good for your body. So the idea here, and what I've done, which has been successful, is to really look at moderation and look at what you're eating. All right, so let me explain more. All right. And I can't tell you, this is what I have for breakfast. Here's what I have for lunch. This is what I have for dinner. Do the exact same thing and you're going to lose 100 pounds. It doesn't work like that. Everyone's different. And that's what the biggest problem with losing weight is you can say, try this. And you go, oh, it doesn't work for me. Well, may work for your neighbor, but it doesn't work for you because you're different. What might help you might kill the guy next to you, you know? But there are some generalization that you can do with weight loss and stuff. The first thing is portion control. And I talked about this in the last video. Don't overeat. Okay, you can help yourself with your portions and keeping your portions down by doing two things. The first thing is eating slower. If you eat slower, your body's going to let you know that you're fuller faster. I used to have a problem with I would shovel food down my mouth as fast as I can, barely chew it, and all of a sudden, by the time my stomach goes, all right, we're good down here, you can stop eating, I got a whole esophagus full of crap just coming down. And then usually after my meals, I would feel sick. If you eat too much, you get that, oh, I ate too much. We all have experienced that, whether you're fat or not. You don't want to get to that point. You want to get to the point where you're content. Most of my meals now, when I'm done eating, I first of all, it's been months and months since I felt like, oh, I ate too much. No, it doesn't happen to me anymore. In fact, I don't eat until I feel full. I eat before I feel full, but sometimes, actually the majority of the time, I'll set up a portion for myself and I'll eat it. When I'm all done, the plate's clean, I'll think like, oh, I'm still hungry, I can still eat, But I'll go and do something and then I'll get that full feeling because it's still going through my digestive system. So the biggest trick here really, and it's not really a trick, but it's a tip, is don't overeat. So eat slower. And the other thing you can do is you can drink a full bottle of water before each meal. Okay, water is good for your body. You can overdo it with water, but this is going to be fine. It's not overdoing it. But drink one bottle of water or one tall cup of water before each meal. This will give you mass in your stomach and will help your body to feel full faster. All right, then eat your meal normally. Now, as far as portions, my portions have always been out of whack. If I used to in the past have, say, a sandwich, and in my past, it wouldn't be a sandwich, it would be 2 or 3 sandwiches before dinner. And that's, looking back at it now, it's disgusting. It really is disgusting, but that's just how I was. I ate out of boredom a lot of times. I had nothing to do, so I ate. But like, let's say I have a sandwich now. I don't necessarily have potato chips anymore, but let's say if you were to have potato chips, like a side dish, your side dish should be the same as your actual meal. For example, if you're having a hamburger and fries, don't have a hamburger and like 5 handfuls of fries. Have a pile of fries the size of the hamburger. All right, this should be equal portions. Now, what I have been doing is when I set up like a meal, particularly lunch or dinner, 25% of my plate is protein. That's my meat, okay? If it's a sandwich or something, it's still 25% of what I'm eating. Then 50% or half my plate is some kind of vegetable. That's it. And I eat vegetables with every single meal except for breakfast. Breakfast, I do something a little bit different, but I'll talk about that in a second. But basically, as far as your meat, a good rule of thumb is the size of your fist. Don't have more meat than the size of your fist. Have mostly vegetables. You can do fruits. You can do different starches, but, take it easy. If you're someone who likes, pasta for dinner, big Italian meals, where you got the crusty bread going on, you got the pasta, maybe some, meatballs or something, or some sausage, you got this big spread. Think about it. It's not balanced. You're having a little bit of protein in your meatball, but you're having mostly starch in your, your spaghetti, mostly carbohydrates. And then what do? You top that off with a nice big piece of bread with carbohydrates, probably, butter all over it, which is your fats. Now, I'm not a nutritionist, all right, and I'm not always calorie counting or thinking about what's a carb, what's a protein. It's not about that. That's it's boring, it's frustrating, and it's more knowledge than you'll ever really take in, to be honest. So I keep things very general, but I try to keep them simple because simple does work, and you will continue with simple. Once things get complicated, you're going to get frustrated, and you're not going to want to do it. So portion control, drinking the water before meals, it all helps. In addition to eating better, and one more thing I'll say about eating better is I try not to eat processed food. And I've said that before. What I mean by processed is anything with a lot of ingredients in it, anything that's been handled multiple times by multiple people. You want to go as close to the source as possible. Now, it's not realistic for all of us to go out in the woods and, hunt our own meat and, trap our own dinners and, forage for wild edibles. It's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. So we rely on the grocery store. Stay on the fringe of the grocery store. I think I said this in my other video. Don't go in the middle of the store. Most of the healthy things are on the perimeter. You walk in, you got your produce. That's usually right off the bat is produce stuff. All fresh, healthy vegetables. By the way, frozen vegetables are totally fine. In fact, in most cases, a bag of free, flash frozen vegetables are more healthy than actual fresh vegetables because of the fact that the fresh ones in transport and with air and sunlight, they will lose some of their nutrients and vitamins. So frozen veggies are cheaper, more realistic, more available, more affordable. So it's a great option. I do that all the time. But anyway, do the perimeter. Hit up your produce. Get all your fruits and vegetables that you need. I eat a lot of spinach. Just baby spinach. I'll cook or just eat straight in salads. Little things like salad dressing. I don't use like ranch or blue cheese like I used to love. It's always just balsamic. Some kind of balsamic vinaigrette. Sometimes you get them organic that are calorie free. Those usually taste like crap. So just buy a decent grade balsamic vinegar and buy yourself some extra virgin olive oil and make your own. It's pretty simple, but I use that and then go very sparingly. I used to drown my salads. It'd be like soup because I love the dressing, and croutons and bacon bits and all the crap for you. Now my salad is like all green, microgreens, all the crap that you always used to think was weird or tasted bitter. It all has flavor to me now. And the more you eat stuff like this, the more you gain a taste for it, But anyway, just there's a lot of little food tips I can give, but I really don't want to do that because it's going to put specific ideas in your mind, and you may follow some of it, you may not. But in other words, it's hard to explain this, but I think if I just gave you that tip on the salad, right? So you may make that salad exactly how I said, but then go off and eat something else that I didn't mention, and that totally counteracts the salad and doesn't help. So I don't want to get into specifics. I'm trying to make this general, but my mind wanders. Sorry. Anyway, shop the perimeter. Produce. As far as dairy, you need dairy for your diet, but very little. I mean, I haven't had milk in my house or cheese in I don't know how long. And I love milk and I love cheese. I love cereal for breakfast. I don't have any of that stuff anymore. It's not part of my life. It hasn't been for months. As far as breakfast items, a lot of straight oatmeal. Straight up Irish cut, flattened oats, and I make oatmeal out of it. I don't add sugar. I will add fresh fruit, which gives you have the natural fructose, so you do get a little bit of sweetness. It's not like, the instant oatmeal in a pack. That instant oatmeal a lot of people like. That's fine. But it has sugar in it. It has this, it has that, the other thing. I just have straight up oatmeal. As simple as it could possibly get. A little bit of honey sometimes for sweetener. Honey is a great substance for your body as long as it's in small doses. You can definitely overdo it with any kind of sweetener, even something natural like honey. Yogurt is cool. Occasionally, I do try to have some kind of carbs in my diet because, again, I want a rounded, balanced meal and a balanced diet in general. So I'll do like some kind of whole grain English muffin, a little bit of peanut butter on it sometimes, just to change it up so it's not always, oatmeal and fruit. But these are just some ideas. Anyway, as you continue to shop the perimeter, you'll find your breads. Like I said, you'll find dairy. Don't go in the middle. The middle of the store has your chips and your candy and all kinds of dips and just the whole frozen section. You don't want anything frozen except for your vegetables and possibly some fruit. TV dinners, instant meals, chicken nuggets, even frozen pizzas. It's all crap. It's not good for your body. It's so much just stuff in it. Like I said, if you open or if you look at the front of a box on something you're about to buy, it may taste delicious, and it all does taste delicious. But you read the ingredients. If you read stuff that you can't even pronounce and you don't know what it is, do you really want to be putting that in your body? So it's been a healthy balance of things. I'm not an extremist. I'm not calorie counting. I'm not, I can definitely not have this. I can definitely not have that. It's not like that. It's about trying to just manage what you do. But most importantly, diet and what you put in your body is only half of the story. The other half of the story is how you burn your calories, how you get rid of the energy that you've stored for so long. How do you get rid of all this fat? You have to burn it up. You can't just hold a lighter to your stomach. I wish you could. It'd be easy. But you have to burn it, and you have to burn it naturally. Okay? And this is the biggest process, and the biggest thing I want to mention is to lose weight healthy, it will take time. I've been doing this for more than a year trying to lose weight. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay? You cannot set unrealistic goals. You're going to be depressed because you can't reach them. Don't say, I want to lose 100 pounds. Don't do that. It's never going to happen. Say, I want to lose 5 pounds, and then do it. Stick to your routine. Lose 5 pounds. Once you lose that 5 pounds, say, I'm going to lose 5 more pounds. And continuously do small steps. That's the only way you're going to be successful. If you say, I want to lose 100 pounds, and 2 months go by, and you're busting your hump, and you only lose 15 pounds, you're going to say, forget it. I'm never going to be able to do this. It's not going to work. The only way this worked for me is by setting small goals and reaching them. If it's 1 pound, then do that. Get yourself a good scale that's going to be accurate. And by the way, when you're weighing yourself, always weigh yourself consistently, the same time of day. And I would weigh yourself naked. It's the most realistic way because you can, your shoes can add weight, all this, that, and the other thing. When you're naked, it's just you're weighing you. There's no variables there. So what I do is I weigh myself naked. I weigh myself in the morning when you're at your lightest in the morning, by the way. Just from breathing during your sleep, you lose a lot of water through moisture in your breath. That's why a lot of times when you wake up, you got dry mouth because you're dehydrated. Not like literally dehydrated, but you're starting dehydration because you're breathing all night, lost moisture. Interesting little fact. Also, another fact about sleeping is it's the only time you actually grow. So when you're a kid, you're supposed to get more sleep because that's when you're actually growing. And you can't grow during the day. Like your body's not physically growing. It's when you're sleeping. I thought that was pretty interesting. I learned that in like 7th grade, and it was something that always stuck with me. But anyway, be consistent. Like I said, I weigh myself every morning. When I wake up, I'm at my lightest. When I'm naked, I'm at my lightest. And it's usually after I go to the bathroom too. So all those factors together give me the very best case scenario, the lowest weight I could possibly be. And it's, I go from there. Every single time I weigh myself, it's the same thing. You can weigh yourself naked in the morning after you go to the bathroom, and then weigh yourself again 20 minutes later after you got dressed and had breakfast, and you can weigh 7 or 8 pounds heavier. And you're going to be like, what? I didn't gain 8 pounds in 20 minutes. Just be consistent with it. Another big thing I'm going to tell you that does not work, okay? It absolutely does not work. It's very, very unhealthy. I tried this, okay, because I was looking for extreme results, and it just made me sick, and it didn't help at all. And that is not eating. Starving yourself is one of the worst things you can possibly do to lose weight, okay? There's a bunch of reasons why. The biggest reason is that you go into this survival mode. If you don't eat anything at all, okay, or very, very little, your body and your brain goes, something's wrong here. Something's not right. We're not taking in energy, so we can't be burning energy. We need to save what we have. You go into this survival mode, okay? If you don't eat anything for a day or 2 days, or very, very little for a couple days, you will not burn calories. In fact, the calories you take in will be stored more so than ever because your body thinks that, it's going to die. It's fighting. It's the fight or flight thing. Your body is fighting to hang on to every little ounce of fat on you. So sometimes you'll hear people say, eat your way to a thin body. And it's so true. You want to eat to be able to lose weight. You just want to eat the right things and the right amounts and at the right times. Another big thing is never eat too late. Set a time for yourself if you have to. Mine's always been 7 o'clock now. I don't put anything in my mouth until, if it's after 7 p.m. unless it's water or coffee or tea. All right. And when I have coffee at night, it's usually decaf, so I don't have to worry about the caffeine keeping me up. So, yeah, but as far as starving yourself, it's not the answer. You're going to gain weight. I know that sounds stupid, but you are. You're going to gain weight because your body's going to cut the calorie, burning and try to keep whatever it can. And then when you finally do eat, you're going to binge eat because you haven't eaten in a while or haven't eaten much. So when you do finally eat, you're going to take in all these calories and your body's going to go, oh, awesome. Great. We got a big jolt of energy. Let's store every bit of that, It's not good. And even if you do lose weight from doing it long term, it's very, very unhealthy. You need the energy, you need the nutrients and the vitamins and the water to keep your body running and to keep your brain sharp. All right. If your body's not working good, your brain's not going to be working good. You're not going to make good decisions. It's one big balanced system. So yeah, I mean that's just some tips I can give you guys. Like I said, I don't want to get into specifics as to what types of meals and when I eat because everyone's different. You know, some people, some of you guys out there are super lucky that you have great metabolism. And I know people growing up, some of my friends were just always skinny and ate the crappiest stuff. I mean, constantly bags of like M&Ms, like big bags, um, just all this crap, and this always looked normal, always looked fine, never got fat, you know. And then I, on the other hand, just my makeup, I happen to, gain weight easily. So I have to work that much harder to lose it. But like I said, this is for me, this entire experience, losing over 100 pounds, I'm trying to make it a lifestyle. I don't plan on, okay, once I get to my goal, then I can go ahead and shove my face with all this crap again. It's just, I want this to be an ongoing thing. I want to enjoy life. I don't want to, deny myself fun, delicious, tasty food because there's a lot of it out there. Occasionally, if I have a situation where, I want some McDonald's or something, or if I want to make a big fat cheeseburger on the grill, go ahead. It's no big deal. All right. The idea here, and I gave this tip in my last video, I believe I did, don't deny yourself completely. If you go cold turkey, you're going to be very easily discouraged, okay? So if you have to get a calendar and write this down, that you can have one candy bar every Friday after dinner, so you have something that's good to look forward to, this way you won't cheat yourself and sneak food, because you're only hurting yourself. No one's going to care you lose weight. It's you that matters. It's not other people's opinions on this. You have to want this for yourself. All right, if you're on a diet because maybe your husband, or your girlfriend, wife, whatever, it doesn't matter who I'm talking to, the wife or the husband. If your significant other says, oh, honey, I really think you should get on a diet, lose some weight, and you're doing it for them, or let's say your parents are on your case about it, like, oh, you're getting kind of fat, you should, get out more, do stuff like that. You can't lose weight for other people. It's not going to work. It just doesn't work. And if it does work, it's temporary. You have to want it for yourself. But if that's what you need to be successful, planning, okay, look, I'm going to eat very healthy. I'm going to exercise all week. And every Friday night, I'm going to have KFC because I love KFC. Then do that. Schedule it. Set that one little fattening moment to yourself. And you will still be successful because you'll have something to look forward to. If you get into this, I'm going to eat, celery every day and drink water, it's going to get very discouraging, and you're going to go, oh my God, I'm going to have to do this forever. And at some point you say, whatever, forget it, I quit. And you don't want to quit. You want this to be successful. But you do want it to be a part of your life, your lifestyle, not just something you do short term to lose a couple pounds. You want you want to continuously be healthy, not just be healthy so I can fit into this shirt, or not just be healthy so I can look good, and then all of a sudden, once I reach my weight, pig out again and go back and forth. That's not healthy for your body. So, yeah, those are just my tips for me to you guys. I thought I would. I owe it to the people who have been interested in this, and you do gain a lot of confidence when you start losing weight. Being 100 pounds lighter now, I do things that I normally wouldn't do, and it's all great. It's good stuff. Enjoying life, First of all, I can tell you when I was 300 plus pounds, I was very limited on what kind of clothing I can wear. And it may seem something stupid to you, but like I always wanted like cool concert t-shirts or funny sayings, and they never had 4X, they had, small, medium, large, maybe extra large. And I'm like, oh, that stinks. Something as simple as that, having to shop at, big and tall, being stuck on one type of clothing. Not having any variety or anything to choose from. Every time I saw a shirt I liked and thought, oh, that's hilarious, that's funny, or oh, I love that band. Nope, don't have my size. You know what it's like to walk into a store right now? Like almost not every store. Not that I want to, but I can't walk into Abercrombie and Fitch and get a size 8 pants or whatever people, whatever small sizes they wear, who people shop there. But it's nice to be able to walk into a store. For example, the shirt I'm wearing right now, this is my best like long sleeve shirt that I own. It's expensive, but I bought it with, I waited until it was on sale in the clearance rack, and even like on sale and everything, it's still like $30. But this is a J. Crew shirt, and I've liked their clothing style. I mean, I've seen like their stuff before, and this was maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I was with my friend, and she was shopping for her husband, and she was getting him all this J. Crew stuff. I'm like, oh, that's a really cool shirt. I'm like, maybe I'll get something, because I thought, it's expensive, but I'll treat myself to like one nice outfit or something. And even though I finally saved money to buy an outfit, I went to the store and nothing was even close to my size. Nothing. And you know how like crappy I felt? Like, oh my God, I can't even if I have the money to buy it, I can't fit into any of this crap. And so to finally get down just to an extra large shirt that's even a little baggy on me, you know how cool that feels? You know how amazing that feeling is? Just to have options on what kind of clothes to wear. That stuff means so much to me, and it gives me so much confidence. Sometimes I'll dance. I'm not good at dancing at all, but I'll dance like if I hear a song at a store. I'm like standing in line, waiting for the lady at the register to kind of like get her crap together and get the line moving, because it seems like every time I get to a store, they're just like lollygagging around. Like if I hear a good song come on, I'll kind of move around a little bit. I'll dance a little bit. I never would have done that. I would have been so embarrassed for people to look at me. I noticed what I used to always do when I was fat too is I go like this. I constantly be pulling my shirt down, or pulling my pants up, because one, I don't want my butt crack hanging out. My pants were usually, I had to buy sizes that were too big, and I have to wear a belt. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. I don't pull my shirt down to make sure my stomach's not hanging out. My clothes fit me. I can wear more form-fitting clothes. I'm not interested in wearing spandex, but I don't want to look like, a paper bag on the highway. I like to have like an actual shape, not like a moving blob. These little things all add up. It's amazing to me. When I started this whole thing, trying to lose weight, being 300 plus pounds, I wore a 4X shirt, which was baggy because I didn't want it to cling to my body so people can see my massive stomach and my man boobs, I wore a 50 size pants, a 50. And when I bought a pair of jeans, it cost me $65 because that's what they cost. They were expensive. I couldn't shop anywhere else. Today, my pants they're not tight on me, but they're not really loose, but I can probably go down maybe one size on my pants. And I wear a size 40. I'm down to a 40. And for a lot of you guys out there, you might be thinking, Jesus, he's still pretty fat. Yeah, I'm pretty chunky. The average guy wears maybe like a 32 pants. That's like an average size. But a 50, going from a 50 to a 40, that's huge for me. A lot of stores carry 40s, As far as shirt sizes, that's the biggest thing. I went from a 4X, which was baggy, to just an extra large. An extra large shirt fits me fine. Some different companies, they have their slightly different sizes. Like one XL might be tighter on me than another, but they all fit. And none of them look like muscle shirts, But it's just amazing to me. It's really cool, and it's very motivating. Once you start losing the weight and you can see what you can do, you got to keep going. It feels great. Another thing I want to mention real briefly is when you are a certain size, when you get so big, you can't physically do what you want to do. You have to, just like you're eating, you have to set your goals very low, very, very low. Okay. If you're, 300 pounds or more and you normally don't move around, don't say, all right, today I'm going to go jogging for 5 miles. That's not going to happen. You're not going to jog for a mile. You'd be lucky if you could walk for a mile. Set your goals small so you can achieve them. Make very achievable goals. Make realistic goals. Don't say I'm going to lose 100 pounds, this next 2 months, and I'm going to, run 5 miles every morning. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. If you have to say that I'm going to walk for 5 minutes, then turn around and walk home at like a slow pace, do it. Do whatever you can do, and then slowly progress. It has to be a progression. You go cold turkey or you go all gung-ho, you're going to fail. You're going to set yourself up to fail. The last thing I want to mention is it's just how our society has making us so fat. We are getting ridiculously fat, and I don't know if there's any validity to this or truth, but I heard that at least in America, the fat people are the majority. In other words, there's more fat people than there are skinny people now. I don't know if that's true, but there certainly is more fat people in general. I don't know if it's most of us, but why are we getting so fat? Well, we're making food more and more available to us. Sorry, I know that really, really bugs some of you guys. I do apologize. Anyway, we're making food more and more available to us. There's more fast food chains than ever. Half of the supermarket is frozen, quick, 1-minute meals. Less and less people cook. More and more people sit on the internet all day. Less and less people go outside to do things. So when the majority of our society, maybe not the majority, but when a large part of our society, when their day goes like this, they wake up in the morning, they sit on the computer, they eat breakfast, waffles, pancakes, bacon, whatever. They walk to their car. That's their exercise in the morning, is walking to their car. Then they get in their car. Then they drive to work. Maybe they stop at McDonald's. They get McGriddles. They get all kinds of fast food breakfasts, right? They get coffee. They put 15 tablespoons of sugar in their coffee. So far, they've taken in lots of calories, and they haven't done any physical work. They've walked to their vehicle, maybe put on their shoes. I know that's tough for some people. Now they get to their work, whether maybe in a cubicle type environment, an office environment, what they do. Their next exercise for the day is walking from their car to their seat. Then they sit down in front of a computer all day. Whoa, I haven't looked at my screen yet. It's gotten pretty dark in here. I must be talking for a long time. They sit in front of the computer all day long. The next exercise, walking back to your car, driving home. And what do you do when you get home? You go on the computer, or you plop in front of the TV on the couch. So and by the way, we're eating all day long. We're snacking. We're having big meals, food in excess, food on the go, food that's fast, food that's convenient, cheap, fast, fatty, sugary, because it tastes good, because it appeals to us. And we're not moving. The computer age, the internet has made so many people lazy. It's convenience. No one does anything. No one just gets up and walks outside no one goes for a walk casually. You'd be hard pressed to find anyone walking that's not exercising. If people are walking, they're usually exercising. You don't see just people taking a walk for no reason at all. Just some fresh air, taking the dog for a walk, You certainly don't see as many kids outside playing, riding their bicycles, that kind of thing. This has nothing to do with weight, but I think our society as a whole, you see a lot of more children being diagnosed with all kinds of problems, and you hear more in the news about pedophiles and kidnapping, and we're a scared society, so we don't let our kids go out and just walk to their friend's house. We have to drive them. We have to have play dates. Everything is organized and set, and kids can't just wander and do what they want, so they're not getting exercise. We're scared. There's too many bad people in the world. Look, I don't think that there's more bad people now, or more bad things happening, or more diseases. I think that we're just more aware of it. That's all. 20 years ago, there was just as many diseases. Just as many kids had ADD 20 years ago. It's just we didn't know about it. I don't think society is changing. I think just our views are changing. We're just being more exposed to stuff. But anyway, like I said, I think we're scared. Parents don't want their kids walking down the street because what if they get kidnapped? What then? So they're driven everywhere. And their entertainment is not playing basketball or hitting a baseball on a field or running around or riding bicycles. Their entertainment is Xbox and the internet. So we're not moving, but we're eating more than ever. I wonder why we're getting so fat. It's sad. I don't think we're a lost cause. I think there's always room to improve. But convenience and being lazy, it's just too prevalent. It's too much. So anyway, I hope you guys got something out of this video. Maybe you learned a tip or two. And I'm very happy for what I've been able to accomplish, and I'm still pushing forward and still trying to reach my goals. To sum the whole video up, go slow. That's all. Just take it one day at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day. I hate to use a cliche statement like that, but it's true. I'm a year plus in progression and still trying to move forward. Another thing too is the more you lose, the harder it will be to lose more. And really think about what I said. I'll say it again. The more you lose, the harder it will be to lose more. All right. When you lose that first 5 pounds, it might be if you're very fat or, really obese, and you cut out your intake, significantly, and you start exercising more, you're going to lose a lot of weight real fast. You may lose 5 or 10 pounds in like a month. And you may think, well, that's not that much. It is. That's enough weight. If you lose a bunch of weight right off the bat, you go, oh, this is awesome. But then you're going to hit these roadblocks. You're going to hit these walls. And you're not going to be able to lose as much. And you're going to get discouraged. Don't. That's just the nature of the beast. The smaller you get, the harder it will be to lose weight. Like right now, I have to work 10 times as hard to lose 2 pounds as I did when I was 300 pounds. Because I have less fat in my body to burn off, so my body kind of wants to hold on to it. Like, hey, we're getting kind of low here. We're in the red zone, buddy. Calm down. So just don't get discouraged. Have a positive attitude. You will succeed if you can believe in yourself. That's the first thing you have to do, is you have to believe you can do it. And if you do, and you work very, very hard at it, you will succeed. So I wish you guys the best of luck in your own personal journeys and reaching your own goals. And I thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.